Okay, so today we're going to be solving exponential equations, and there's lots of different methods of doing these problems, but the method that we're going to use is to take the log of both sides. So there's a couple of steps. I'm going to show you all the steps, and I'll talk through them. If you need to pause the video to write this down, then go ahead and do so. So we're going to take the log of both sides. We're going to use whatever base that's on the left side of the equation. So for example, in number 1, since it's base 3, we're going to do log base 3. All right, then we're going to use the power rule, which we talked about the other day. And then we're going to solve and round to 3 decimal places. Okay, so again, if you need to pause the video to write down all the notes, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the problems. All right, so number 1, so I see that my base is 3. So I'm going to take log base 3 of both sides. All right, and I'm just going to write it on front, but I'm just going to rewrite it here. So I have log base 3 of 3 to the 4x minus 2 equals log base 3 of 9. All right, so a couple of things. First off, this exponent, we remember from our power rule, can move to the front. So this is now going to be 4x minus 2 times log base 3 of 3 equals log base 3 of 9. And then the other day we also talked about a shortcut rule here. This is equal to 1. So really on the left side we just have 4x minus 2. And on the right side we have log base 3 of 9. So you remember from the other day we do the change of base formula. So it's log of 9 divided by log of 3, and that is equal to 2. So now you have an easy equation to solve. You have 4x equals 4 and x equals 1. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the second equation. Notice that my base is 3, so we're going to do log base 3 of 3 to the 2x, log base 3 of 27. So all I did was I wrote log base 3 in front of whatever was originally in the problem. All right, so now I'm going to take my exponent, move it out as my coefficient. So I've got 2x times log base 3 of 3 equals log base 3 of 27. And then again, our shortcut rule, if we have the same base, log base 3 of 3 is just 1, so this is 2x times 1. So that's just 2x. Log base 3 of 27, we're going to use our calculator, and we're going to do log 27 divided by log of 3, and that gives me 3. So now you know how to solve from there. You divide by 2, and we get x equals 1.5. Okay, when you're ready, flip to the other side, and then we're going to continue to do that. So I'm going to try to keep our rules up on the same screen. All right, so I see that I have a 9 as my base, so I'm going to do log base 9 of 9 to the 8 minus x, and log base 9 of 27 to the x minus 3. All right, so we remember that 8 minus x goes out in front as a coefficient. All right, also we have x minus 3. This should go out in front as a coefficient. So we have x minus 3 times log base 9 of 27. All right, so now we're going to do these. That's our shortcut. This one I have to use my calculator for. So log base 9 of 9 is just 1, so this is 8 minus x. However, here I have x minus 3. I'm going to put that in parentheses. And then log base 9 of 27. So if I do log 27 divided by log 9, I get 1.5. So now you're going to have to distribute a little bit. So if I distribute, I get 1.5x minus 4.5 equals 8 minus x. So now I just have to combine my x's, combine my numbers. I get 12.5 equals 2.5x, and when I divide by 2.5, I get 5. All right, so far we have not had to round to 3 decimal places yet. All right, number 4, what's my base? My base is 4, so I'm going to take log base 4 of 4 to the 5x plus 1 equals log base 4 of 8 to the 2x plus 4. So now all my exponents, those go out in front. All right, so this is 5x plus 1 times log base 4 of 4 2x plus 4 times log base 4 of 8. All right, this log base 4 we should know by this point is 1, so that just disappears, so it's just 5x plus 1. For log base 4 of 8, use your calculator, log of 8 divided by log of 4, and that's 1.5. So you have 2x plus 4 times 1.5. So don't forget, now you distribute that. So you're going to get 3x plus 6 equals 5x plus 1. Now that's a normal equation for you to solve. So you get 2x equals 5 divided by 2, and x equals 2.5. All right, so we're going to keep going, finish up our last few problems. So my base is 2. I take log base 2 of 2 to the 3x equals log base 2 of 15. My exponent moves to the front, so I have 3x times log base 2 of 2 equals log base 2 of 15. This thing cancels out because that's 1, so you get 3x equals, and then you're going to use your calculator. Now this is one where I get a long decimal, so I'm just going to round to 3 decimal places. So 3.907, and then I'm going to divide that by 3. So my final answer is 1.302. Okay. This, my base is 7, so I know to take log base 7 of 7 to the negative x, log base 7 of 21. Anything that's an exponent moves out in front as a coefficient. So negative x times log base 7 of 7 equals log base 7 of 21. This part is equal to 1, so that disappears. So I get negative x equals, and then I need to do log of 21 divided by log of 7, which is 1.565, and then make sure you divide by negative 1. So I get negative 1.565. All right, 2 more problems. What's my base on the left side? That's what you're going to take the log of on both sides. Okay, any exponents move to the front, so we get 5x minus 6 times log base 5 of 5 equals log base 5 of 50. Log base 5 of 5 is just 1, so I get 5x minus 6 equals, and then I have to figure out what this is, log of 50 divided by log of 5. That's 2.431. Now I'm just going to leave that value in my calculator because I know I'm going to have to add 6. So now I have 5x equals 8.431. Then I have to divide by 5. So my final answer is 1.686. All right, final question. I'm going to take log base 81 of both sides. Now this time I do have 2 exponents, so both of those need to move out to the front. We have x times log base 81 of 81 equals x plus 2 times log base 81 of 243. Hopefully we know by now the log base 81 of 81 is just 1, so it's just x. Here I need to figure this out on my calculator. Log of 243 divided by log of 81, and that gives me 1.25. So since I have a binomial, make sure you distribute that. All right, so we got x equals 1.25x. 2 times 1.25 is 2.5. Okay, and then at this point you should be able to solve, so I'm going to subtract 1.25x. And I get negative 0.25x. Then I divide on both sides, and I get x equals negative 10.